Hi there, this is Steve with John Knox Village. We're here to do another behind the scenes video here today. This is a kind of exciting morning. Not only is it a beautiful morning, and hopefully you can see, I'm by the golf course here at John Knox, and also you might be able to see the lake behind me. The reason I'm out here today is to go and visit with Chef Roderick. I'm actually going to be walking over to the Meadows buildings here in just a second. Chef Roderick is the head chef of Metropolitan and Stories Public House. And rumor has it that I might be able to try some of this food today. Chef is going to be cooking up a healthy dish, and if I'm lucky, I'm going to get to try some of it, so we'll see. Anyway, let's go and check it out. All right, I'm back in the kitchen here now, over at the Meadows complex, and I'm here with Chef Roderick. And Chef Roderick is in charge of the whole menu for Stories, Public House, and Metropolitan Restaurant. And he's going to show us a couple of dishes here this morning. So let's start. Hey, Chef, how you doing?
Fantastic. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right this morning. It's a beautiful morning out there.
Yes, it is.
We're ready to show some healthy cooking this morning, right?
Yes, we are.
All right, let's get started. What are you going to do first?
Well, I'm going to title this Beyond Salt.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, we're going to be preparing some healthy dishes without using any salt, using different cooking techniques, different flavoring agents such as lime and lemon juice, balsamic vinegar, white wine, and extra virgin olive oil. Okay. And so the menu that we're going to prepare today is going to be a balsamic glaze and herb chicken breast, and we're going to have a tarragon and lemon seared fresh salmon. And to accompany that, we're going to have mashed potatoes without butter. We're going to incorporate some fresh rosemary and olive oil into your mashed potatoes to make it a little bit more healthy for you without using any salt at all. And I guarantee you it'll be nice and flavorful. So you're trying to make dishes here that still have lots of flavor to them, but at the end are healthier for you. Yes, sir. All right. I'm ready when you are. Let's get started. Well, since I have my potatoes hot here, we're going to start with our potatoes first. Okay. What I've chosen to make our mashed potatoes today with is what's called Yukon Gold potatoes. They're naturally buttery and creamy, and we're going to use some extra virgin olive oil, some fresh minced rosemary. Okay. And a little bit of coarse black pepper. No salt. All right. So what we're gonna do, the potatoes have been boiled. We're just gonna smash those a little bit. And I like to have a little chunks left inside of my potatoes so that you know that they're homemade, and at least in the restaurant, you know that they're homemade. They're not instant. They're not infused with any additional sodium or anything of that nature. So I'm going to take my olive oil, just to start out with. I'm going to say about a quarter of a cup, depending on, this is about a pound of potatoes. And we're going to smash that up. Take a little bit of fresh, if you want, you can add garlic to it as well, but we're going to eliminate the garlic today. We're going to take some fresh minced rosemary and blend that in there. A little bit of coarse black pepper. You can eliminate the black pepper if you don't care for it, or you can use white pepper. I prefer coarse black pepper. We're going to continue to whip this. I wish you could smell it. It smells absolutely fabulous. It does. I can smell it already, yeah. We're going to add a little bit more olive oil. And while we're cooking, we're going to talk about other ways that you can flavor your foods by incorporating fresh peppers, fresh herbs, shallots, garlic, and fresh citrus juice. Okay, I didn't plan for this, but I think it'll be good. Lemon and rosemary it's a perfect marriage. So we're gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon juice in there.
Okay.
Lemon seems to pull, kind of like salt, lemon seems to pull flavors, which brings all the flavors to the surface. So there we go. We have whipped Yukon Gold potatoes with fresh rosemary and a little bit of lemon juice.
All right, sounds
So
good.
we're gonna move on to a seared dish.
Now you're going to let me taste some of these things at the end when we're done, right?
Of course, sir.
All right. Because I have come hungry this morning.
Yep, you came hungry. Okay, as I'm heating up my pan, again talking about different cooking techniques to flavor your food. If you have your outdoor grill, go to your local grocery store and pick up some cedar planks. You can put fresh fish, steaks, even vegetables on top of your cedar planks. All you need to do is soak the cedar in a little bit of water for about 30 minutes to an hour, and just set them right on top of your grill, and it will slowly start. It won't burn. It'll just slowly start to smoke and flavor your vegetables and other proteins that you choose to put on.
Okay.
Okay, what we're going to do here is we have. Let me back up. Actually, what we do at the Meadows and Stories, we prepare a lot of marinades for our food to help flavor it. So what I have here in this bowl, I have some fresh chopped basil, parsley, oregano, and rosemary. And what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate some garlic. This is a good all-purpose marinade. Incorporate as much garlic as you can stand. Garlic is good for you.
I love garlic.
A little bit of chopped shallots. We're also going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar. There are so many different types of vinegars that you can use to flavor your foods. There's sherry vinegar, red wine vinegar, apple cider vinegar, the list goes on. And I would encourage you to experiment with all these different flavors. Now we're just going to add some olive oil. And we're just going to mix all of these up. And this is part of the herbs that goes on our salmon, on our Metropolitan menu, and people seem to love it.
Okay.
You can make it as thick or as loose as you like. I would encourage you to add a little bit more oil if you like. That way you can stretch it much further. So we're going to move on to searing a fresh salmon. What we're going to do is we're going to put just a touch of olive oil on it to help the herbs stick. Thank you, Maria. Okay. Rub a little bit of olive oil on there if you choose to. If not, you can just take it dry. And what I have here is I have some dry tarragon. Dry tarragon on the salmon. We're just going to sprinkle a little bit of dry tarragon there, right over the salmon. We're going to take some lemon zest. Again, lemon and tarragon goes well together, along just like rosemary does. You can pick up one of these microplanes, or you can just use a regular cheese grater. What you want is you just want the oils that's inside of the zest. You don't want the white. The white is kind of bitter. And just sprinkle that on there. Turn that back on.
So how hot are you getting your pan here, Chef?
I'm getting my pan here fairly hot. Whenever you sear something, you want the heat to be fairly high. Not so much that it's smoking out your house, but a very high heat. I like to describe searing meat is similar to you burning yourself. If you burn yourself, you kind of blister, and it puffs up. So it holds in fluids. So the same concept goes with meats. When you're searing meats, you're using a very little oil and just a quick high heat sear. You're sealing all of the flavors and the juices inside of the fish or chicken or whatever you're cooking.
Okay.
So what we're looking for here before we flip it, we're looking for a nice golden brown.
And what oil was that you put in there again, Chef?
I put in here a little olive oil.
Olive oil. Okay.
Yes.
Just for the extra healthy cooking.
Certainly. Now, I prefer when I'm doing something of this nature to use an olive oil blend or canola oil. I try to avoid using extra virgin olive oil on a technique like this. Extra virgin olive oil has a high burn content, and it burns very thoroughly quickly.
So you will see smoking if you use an oil like that.
Yes. So we're going to give that some time to sear. While that is searing, I want to talk to you another way of flavoring your foods.
Okay.
We're going to make a vinaigrette. Instead of going to the grocery store and buying your own vinaigrettes that's full of sodium and other things that we can't even pronounce, we're going to make our own vinaigrette today, which we're going to incorporate some garlic.
More garlic. We ain't got enough garlic.
I'm a garlic nut.
Me too.
Some shallots. And as a thickening agent, we're going to use a little bit of Dijon mustard.
All right.
So when you're making a vinaigrette, it's typically 1 part vinegar. We're just going to make a small batch. 1 part vinegar to 2 parts oil.
So that's pretty easy to remember.
Yes, very, very easy to remember. So just a touch of black pepper. And then you're just going to take that and just mix that together. And what you have here is you have yourself a balsamic vinaigrette.
Yep.
Which would be perfect right over your salad. If you want, you can take some fresh herbs. I would encourage that. Fresh basil goes perfect with it. You can put this over a tomato and mozzarella salad.
That's one of my favorite dressings right there.
Yes. You can pour it right over fish or anything of that nature. So we're just going to just pour it right over that salad.
Perfect. Yeah.
And we're going to just toss it around, and you got yourself a perfectly fresh salad and a homemade balsamic vinaigrette.
So simple, but so much flavor in there.
Yes, sir. Again, notice no salt added.
Yep.
Now we're about ready to flip our salmon over. You want to flip it away from you. Oh.
Look at that. Perfect.
I guarantee you it tastes better than it smells.
Well, I'm hopefully going to get to try some of this a little bit later, and I can report back on how good this tastes.
Okay. So what you can take here, the salmon, you can either finish this salmon right here, or you can take it and put it in the oven. Maria, can you finish this in the oven for me?
Only 6 minutes.
Yes, ma'am, about 6 minutes.
This is Maria. Hi, Maria. Maria's helping out this morning, so good to see you.
Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to prepare. We're going to take our herb marinade that we made earlier.
Okay.
And we're going to put it on some chicken breast.
Let me come over here. See that?
We have some chicken breast. We have our herb marinade with the balsamic and olive oil and garlic. And we're going to toss it around in our marinade. We're going to incorporate a little bit of pepper in there, some more lemon zest, okay, and we have a hot grill with a little too much smoke, and we're going to sear the chicken. Can you hear that sizzle?
We can hear it, Chef, yeah. And again, such simple flavors, but
Yes.
it's, I mean, so you're going to get some kind of caramelization going on there?
Yes, I am, sir.
Yep.
Caramelization is just adding, the natural juices coming out of the chicken, coming out of the herbs. What we're looking for is, we're looking for a golden brown, not, that might be a little dark there, but it's okay. Not black, but a little golden brown.
Yeah.
All of that is flavor. So again, searing is another simple cooking technique that we're gonna do. And what you can do is the chicken, I would encourage you, once you get a nice sear on it, to finish it off in the oven.
Okay. So what would be the reasoning for that? Just to make sure it stays nice and tender?
Yes, to make sure it stays nice and tender. Keep your color. And that is something. It's also a technique that you can do in advance. Say you want to do some meal prepping, you want to sear your chicken, you got company coming over, you can sear your chicken in advance. And then just put it in the refrigerator, and then right at dinner time, set your oven to about 350 degrees and slowly just carefully slide it in there without burning yourself, and cook it to about an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Or if you don't have a thermometer like I do, just take it out, let the chicken rest, and cut it at the thickest point and open it up and make sure it's done. So next, what we're gonna do here is we have some fresh asparagus, which we're going to saute in a little bit of olive oil, and just a touch of butter.
Okay.
With some fresh peppers for additional color.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're sauteing, it's adding just a little bit more oil and a high heat and just a quick saute just to get those flavors going. That should be about ready. And just a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to use olive oil and butter. You can just use one or both if you like. And now what I have here is I have unsalted butter. I prefer unsalted butter over salted butter. It's just much healthier for you. Butter in moderation is perfectly fine. I'm taking about.
At least that way you can control the salt level if you need to, if you wanted to.
Yes.
But with that butter with the salt already in it, it's already there, and you can't do much about that once it's in there.
So we're going to give that a little bit more time to heat up. There's some of the other cooking techniques that you can use to flavor your food. There's smoking of meats, smoking of vegetables. There's braising, which is a technique where you're slightly covering your dish with flour to sear it in, to hold in the flavors, and then you're adding chicken broth or beef broth or anything to your dish.
Okay. And
just let it just almost stew inside of those liquids. It's a good cooking technique for tough pieces of meat. You can buy store-made low sodium chicken broth or beef broth, vegetable broth. Okay, so what we have here, we're just going to add our asparagus.
Oh, my wife's going to be jealous of this. My wife loves asparagus.
All right. Yeah, my daughter is coming home from college for the weekend, and she told me she wants sauteed asparagus. The butter's going to get a little brown, but that's just going to give it a little nutty flavor.
Right.
Then just for color, we're going to add some not roasted peppers, but some fresh peppers. And again, I'm going to take it a step further and squeeze some lemon juice. I'm going to incorporate a little bit of white wine. And just let that simmer a little bit. I wish you can smell it.
It does smell really good. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, notice we have not used any salt,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you the flavors are going to be phenomenal. Okay, now we're going to try plating our dishes up a little bit. Do we have the chicken, Maria? Okay. We believe presentation is everything, so we're going to we have our seared salmon there. And if I can get the chicken off the plate here, we're just going to slightly layer the chicken right over there. So I almost forgot about the mashed potatoes. We're going to incorporate a little bit of the olive oil and rosemary potatoes. Thank you, Maria. We're going to add our asparagus and our peppers. And there we go. We have what we have here is we have a balsamic and herb seared chicken breast. We have a tarragon and lemon pan-seared fresh salmon. We have olive oil and rosemary potatoes, along with some sauteed asparagus with lemon, white wine, and a little bit of lemon zest.
It smells fantastic. I'm going to try that in just a little bit.
And there we go.
I'll report back on how good that tastes.
Oh, we talked about the salad. Okay.
All right.
And also, don't forget your salad on the side with the homemade balsamic vinaigrette.
Yeah, that would add another element to that. So yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Chef.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. So are we done for today?
We are done.
All right. So I'm gonna grab a knife and fork here real quick, and I'm gonna taste this and report back to you on how good this tastes. Thanks a lot, Chef.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. So as Chef promised, he's going to let me taste this dish he just made right here. So let's give it a go, and I will tell you just how good this tastes. So let's try with the salmon first. That's really good. Just delicate flavors there. You can the salmon comes through, but it's just enough extra flavor in there just to enhance that salmon. And I'm going to try a little bit of the potato. Those are my kind of potatoes right there. And you definitely don't need all that butter and salt, that's for sure. And the chicken. Garlic, Chef. Taste the garlic in that. And now my wife is definitely going to be jealous because I am going to taste the asparagus. So good, just cooked perfectly. Great. I think anybody would be happy with that as a lunch or dinner dish. Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Chef.
My pleasure.
Okay. So that was great fun over here with Chef Roderick at the kitchen this morning. Thanks a lot, Chef, for helping us out today.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, it was great, a lot of fun. We learned a few things from Chef this morning. And thanks to Maria as well for helping out in the back there. Thanks, Maria.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. And I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes at the Meadows and the Metropolitan and Stories Public House Restaurant and Chef Roderick. Thank you. See you next time.